And for the most part, I used to think it wasn't that many examples. That's not true. It's plenty examples of how the original aspect is being played out through our people. It's just that it's hidden. You know what I mean? It's hidden, and disobedience is one of the most easiest things that people can do to carry on the non-content of serving the divine in a way without being taught. Like, everybody's fucking disobedient. Like, people think they get a level of respect. They don't have to fucking listen to certain people. Like, you have to follow the criteria of from young to old and all this shit like that. That shit is not true. It's about, like, this is why you're supposed to be able to learn from the youth, because it's going to be a time to where even elders are stuck in their ways and they can't listen to nothing else. So they got to go backwards in order to get that truth. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is always going to be where it is. Who can have discipline within their self, and depending on what you discipline it. Are you disciplining an aspect in yourself that follows the divine, or are you saying that discipline itself is what somebody needs just so they'll listen to you? Like, people got this shit fucked up. Like, for real, they got it all the way fucked up. And the only thing that matters is how much you put that attention onto the divine. You don't even have to put attention on the people that you know, as long as you putting that attention onto the divine. Because the divine is going to guide you away. It's always going to be a middleman in between you getting to the divine, to that higher aspect. And then they created these aspects in the world, say, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. All that shit is bullshit. Only thing you need to do is follow the divine. The world is always going to judge you. They're always going to have something to say about you. People, children, your workplace, your friends, your parents, whatever. Somebody's always going to have something to fucking say. You know what I mean? And when they start talking, that's when you know they shouldn't. When they start telling you what you should do, automatically you know they shouldn't. You don't even have to go in balance or retrospect to what that even means for those individuals, because it really don't got no value of anything that's going to take you from that point to the divine. You share service to listening to the divine that open up your awareness to that probability. And most of the time, people don't really want that awareness anyway. That's why they miss it. That's why they miss out on what's actually taking place. And you get bogged down by other things that have you focusing on it instead of the divine. So then you start to believe that it's the reason why you're going back and forth with X, Y, and Z is the reason why you're not connected to the divine. No, the divine wants you to listen to the divine. So people can easily use that in a retrospect to themselves. Well, God ain't gonna hear you if you ain't listening to me. So now you thinking of that. Now you thinking of that in your mind. You like, all right, God don't hear me because I ain't listening to so and so. Who the fuck are they? Another person standing in your way to get to the divine? Separate the understandings of what that means. Like, pull them apart. I can sit there and look at somebody in their face and let them talk as much as they want to talk. I don't have to respond. I'm in control of me. I shift this car. I drive this right here. You know what I'm saying? It's me. You'll understand as you traveling and you motivating towards the righteous understanding of what that means for you. And the more service you give to the unseen creator than the unseen, the unformless, the unshapeless. The unseen, the unformless, and the shapeless. Creator of everything. The shit that scares the hell out of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, because you can't put dimensions on it because you don't know what it is, so you scared of it. So you try to capitalize it and embody that or bottle that up into a bottle just so you can have something to say, hey, this is what it is. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. It ain't none of that. And me personally, I'm naturally hard-headed. I don't like listening to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't believe in what nobody says. Like, as much as somebody could tell you something to do, they could do it themselves. My job is to be who I am and follow the divine, nothing more. Period. The gifts that the divine give me to live in this life, expound on that. Anything stop me from doing that, that's a personal problem. I'm serious. Hold on a second. You know, listening to somebody and being able to do for people is two different things. See, people take that shit out of context. They think, oh, you got to listen to me. It has nothing to do with me listening to you, but me doing for you is something different. That's a kind heart. You can't take advantage of a kind heart by using the divine. That's called selfishness. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have to understand what's going on in the world and how these things have been changed to go against the fact that people have kind hearts. And when you start understanding what this shit is really, what's really going on with these understandings, you'll see how you're being used. The divine won't let that happen. It'll give you the understanding to see the difference. And then you have the power at that point to work those different muscles, so therefore you can fix it to where the service is correct. See, people get abundance, and when they get abundance, they don't serve other people. They don't put the right energies in the right place. You know what I'm saying? They do opposite. They do things to hinder that energy instead of helping it get to where it needs to go. If I'm going to help you with your homework, I'm not going to help you with a problem. I'm going to sit down and help you work out each of them just so you get to the end. So then when you do go stand on your own, you know what that looks like all the way through. We have a responsibility to be given, you know what I'm saying? To be given and to give in a light to where the person, like, if I'm going to teach you how to fish, I have to sit there with you and show you how to fish. I can't tell you, put the hook on, put the worm on. I gave you the pole. What's wrong with you? I can't do that. I have to show you what that looks like, how it feels to reel them in. I have to take you through the whole thing, and I might have to keep doing it a couple of days until you finally get it. We don't work like that in the world. People say they did enough. People think they got the wherewithal to tell the divine how much and when they gonna do it. It don't work like that. You're gonna suffer. People like, oh, you're gonna suffer. Oh yeah, you're gonna suffer. Yes, you is. You're gonna suffer. You're gonna suffer bad, because you know why? You're hindering people. You're hindering people. It's almost like you never drove a car, but then you show them how to drive for a week, and then that week wasn't long enough, but then you put them in the driver's seat and tell them to drive across country. They're gonna die before they get out of the first state. Facts. We don't take enough responsibility for the jobs that we're supposed to do, especially when we're dealing with disobedience and all that other shit. Like, naturally, it's easy to be disobedient. That's an easy thing to take place because you don't know anything. So it seems funny. It seems cute. I ain't got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's a consequence you're going to have to deal with. That's something you're going to have to deal with. And it's going to come full circle, and you're going to be looking stupid. Like, wait, I didn't know I was this, I was that. Well, you knew enough. You know, my grandfather used to say that to me. He'd be like, you knew enough. I don't care what you think you don't know. You know enough not to be disrespectful. So you're going to pay for that. And best believe me, as a younger person, when I was coming up, there's a lot of things I paid for. When I thought I was like, yo, I was like, nah, I was too young. Now I was old enough to know right from wrong. You know what I'm saying? And you still did that because you wanted to satisfy yourself. It didn't take me that much time to start checking myself before I gave in to wanting to serve just the divine. And the more I got close to do that, the more I get the opportunity to do service myself for people. So then the things of the world will be given to you. It'll be given to you, so then you have the opportunity to be a better service for people. It's not about getting wrapped up in the understanding of what people think that you should and shouldn't be doing and stuff like that. It's more or less you being connected in a non-disobedient way to the divine, so therefore the divine can study the life that you're in at that point for you. The more you relinquish your truths to the divine, and then through faith and guidance, the attributes so that you can be more of a service to the divine through a righteous attribute starts to come through. And for whatever that means for you. Most of the time, we thinking that we motivating in life, we getting somewhere in life to make us more happy. It's not about your happiness. It's about you being closer to the divine, so therefore you can be happy by making someone else happy. The divine serves you, right? So how is your happiness more important if the divine serves you? That means you're growing to the fact so you can be service to somebody else. And the service that you are, it has nothing to do with the service that you choose to want to give. Now, you can't be out here talking about, I'm gonna give this and that's enough. oh, if I come and I do this, this is the type of service I want to do. It's not about that. You have to serve people to how they want to be served. You know what I'm saying? And that's that real energy. You have to serve people how they want to be served. Not how you think they should be served. Not how what your people say, oh, what any of that shit. That shit don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes somebody just want this. Sometimes people are so far behind in what they understand or what they need. You can't force something down their throat. Like I can't just make you take things. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the reality. I can't force you to take anything. But I should be capable in some right to give you what you need or what you want. And then when you tell me thank you, I don't say I appreciate you thanking me. I say give that glory to God. Give that glory to the Most High, because without the divine, I wouldn't be capable of doing this for you. See, it's all about connecting the obedience. Be obedient to the Creator